Well, hey everybody, thank you for coming in today on this beautiful San Clemente day, right? Another beautiful day here. We had the interesting eclipse this morning. I don't know if that threw anybody off. That was a little weird for me. It was like dusk in the morning. But yeah, I'm mayor here in San Clemente, Chris Duncan. Thank you so much for coming here to support, to support these great movie makers. I'll say this, and I was talking with Mary Beth here before, and of course Gary and everybody have been working with San Clemente Green and engaging on this, citizens engagement panel and all of that. I want to thank you for making this incredible movie. Especially, we've had like the writer's strike and the actor's strike. We needed a good movie. I think we needed something that really engaged us. And so, as you probably know, the movie won won an award recently and is very highly acclaimed. I did get an advance copy of the movie. I hope I'm not busting anything, Gary. I had to pledge not to send it to anybody, so I had to watch it myself. But I did get to watch it. Really, really, really important stuff. So, thank you. Who knew that scientists and activists would be able to make such a great movie that would convey such important information? So. I'm anxious for all of you to get to see the film. I'll say this on behalf of San Clemente and as a dad of 3 kids and as the mayor in this town and looking to move up actually into the state assembly and do even more work in this area of our coast. Here's my perspective on this. Regardless of what you think about nuclear and how San Onofre Nuclear Generating Station was first initiated or anything like that, at some point it was the federal government's responsibility to deal with the spent nuclear fuel, the nuclear waste, and the federal government has failed to do that. Right? Like I think that's the sort of like original sin here was that the federal government was going to take this responsibility on and has not done it. Right? And so what you end up with, and I got to say this for my friend Roger out there. Where are you, Roger? But what you end up with is the greatest health risk for our community here in San Clemente and in South Orange County and frankly in North San Diego County as well, and even beyond. But at least for our communities, and I want to make sure everybody's very clear on that, right? We don't think about it a lot. We think about a lot of other things and other environmental risks that are out there, other public safety risks, but the biggest risk to us is the nuclear waste dump that is right in our community right next door, right? I think everybody should be on the same page there. As the federal government and my good friend Mike Levin, who is standing incredibly still, I saw him on that screen. I've never seen anybody stand so still, is going to announce too, and nobody's done more work on this than Congressman Levin, of course. There's a program in place now where they're going out and they're looking at other communities to take this, and that has to be very much focused on. But let's not lose sight of what's going on right now. Right now, today, we are the nuclear waste dump. We are the repository. We are the permanent/intermediate location for all of this spent nuclear fuel right here in our community. And we haven't gotten jack squat. I mean, we really haven't. We haven't even gotten barely any funding for our own emergency operations program to deal with should something happen. And so that's the reality we face out there, and I hope everybody can kind of be on the same page there about how important this is for our community to make sure something happens. And in the interim, to make sure our community is taken care of, to make sure there's resources that are spent here in our community so that we can prepare if there's another mistake, as we saw so early in the movie there, that could happen at any time, right? So we are a community of surfers, of outdoors people who like to get out and get into the ocean, and that is threatened every single day that spent nuclear fuel sits right on our coast. In our zip code, right, Roger? Right here in San Clemente. That's the location, if you look on any maps, where they say it is. And so I'll just leave you with a more positive note as we get into the movie and we get into Mike's thing. I'm an optimist in this sense, right? I'm a problem solver. I'm an optimist. I mean, the way I see it, I see a future without it there. And I see a future without that spent nuclear fuel there. I see us being able to retake that ancient land, the Hashiman land, where which goes back centuries, and be able to have the people again enjoy this beautiful coastline and to make sure that coastline is protected in perpetuity. We had the World Surf League finals, and they're coming back again. Right, Bob? And they're right to our south. We host them here. I want them to be able to be hosted here indefinitely, and I want all of that space where that eyesore is on our coastline gone, where people can again enjoy that and not have to worry about the health risks from the spent nuclear fuel that's still on our doorstep here. So that's what I dream of today, and it becomes a reality because of efforts that San Clemente Green takes, and movie making, like this spectacular movie making that we have in this documentary. So again, I want to thank you all for participating and being part of this and supporting this movie and being able to enjoy it for the very interesting and enlightening movie making that it is. And then to get serious and take action, right? And to join up with others and apply pressure where pressure is due, where that kind of groundswell of residents and citizens and concerned people about our future generations rises up and puts that appropriate pressure. That's how political action that takes place. I can tell you that every city council meeting, right? 12 people come in yelling about one thing, one person yells about something else, a lot of times we go with the 12 people, right? That's what political action is. It's gathering together in mass and making a difference together. So again, thank you for coming here today. And on behalf of San Clemente, I thank you, and I thank Gary and the whole team over there who leaned in and made this movie, and just really appreciative. And again, I look forward to that better day where, because of all the efforts, that spent nuclear fuel is gone, and we can retake that land and turn it back into a place for the people. So thank you very much.